These days, pretty much everyone is looking for a way to make an extra buck. And for me, someone who loves video games and likes dabbling in video game collecting, for the past month or so, I have been dabbling into video game reselling. And for the next week, I'm going to take you guys with me as we go through everything. The sourcing, the sales, everything that entails video game reselling for me as someone who recently got into it. To answer the question, is it worth still getting into?
Hello, and welcome back. This is the first time that I'm recording outside of my house, other than the one time from the main channel. I did this little bit where I looked at a GameStop, but I'm way too awkward to take the camera with me inside. But we're actually about to go ship some games that I sold. You'll have to excuse the giant mess in my car. I'm hoping that maybe by making these videos, it'll encourage me to clean up my life, because my life's a disaster. But yeah, we're about to go ship a bunch of stuff. So I actually sold 4 games plus 3 in this box, which is by far the most I've ever sold in a day. Prior to today, I'd only sold 1 game max in a day. So I don't know if it's just good luck because I posted that other video today. I don't know. Maybe things are on the up and up. I'm gonna have to keep up inventory if I keep selling like this, which will be hard with my schedule. But yeah. So if you're from the Midwest, you'll probably know where it is. So you're probably confused. That's a Hy-Vee, not a post office. So a lot of times I just drop the little mailers here straight into like one of those mailboxes. But since I have that box, I'm gonna take them in. They actually scan them here, which is pretty sweet. So I don't have to go to the post office, and it's pretty nifty because this is open a lot later than a post office. So yeah, we're gonna run in. When I get home, I'll go through some of the games that I bought today. It's currently Tuesday night. I'll try and get like some semblance of like a schedule for these. I have no clue. It's all gonna be a learning process. I don't make IRL videos, so this is gonna be weird. I still can't look at the camera. I still can't do it. I still shake the camera. Can't do anything right. We did get one of these babies at the gas station because cans are better than bottles. I am trying to be healthier, but I had Chick-fil-A for dinner, and once I go off the deep end, it's a shit show for the rest of the day. So we're gonna drink that when we get home and be pretty excited about it. But yeah, I'm gonna run into Hy-Vee and I'll see you guys when I'm at home. I just recorded a whole bit and forgot to hit record. So I am like an A+ vlogger at the moment. But I was gonna say, I just wanted to quickly rant before we go home. People on Facebook that post like Wii games $5, and then you click on the post and not a single game in the post is $5. I hope bad things happen to them. I also, people who post things in the description that are like, you can get 3 games for $10, and you like message them like, oh sweet, I'll take these 3 games, and they just say no. I'm like, all right, well, maybe don't put that in the description. But that is some niche complaining. We're gonna head home now. I'm gonna show you guys just a few games that I bought. I actually bought a lot earlier, but we did that other video, so timelines are out of whack. I gotta figure out what to do with this channel, kind of how to line things up. And yeah, that's probably all I'll do for like reselling eBay stuff. I'll probably work on stuff for my main channel tonight, like a bunch of editing. I hate Premiere, it sucks. Tomorrow we're streaming though. We'll play some Doom Eternal. So yeah, I might kind of mix and match a little bit, just show you guys a little bit more of my life. I'm way too awkward to record in public though, so you're probably gonna get a lot of car shots, a lot of shots in my basement. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know. Alrighty, we're back now. But yeah, so we ended up getting 4 games today. So we got Halo 2, Left 4 Dead 2, Fusion Frenzy 2. Well, 4 games tonight. Yeah, you get the point. And NCAA 14. So I ended up paying $20 for these, which is more than I usually like to pay for games. But I know Left 4 Dead 2 goes for a pretty decent amount and sells pretty easily. NCAA 14 is worth a decent amount. I don't know how quickly it'll sell. It is a sports game, but it was the last NCAA football game kind of before they stopped making them until recently. So I don't know if that'll affect it at all. So those were the main 2 that I was looking for in his bundle. He basically posted like a giant bundle and an Xbox One, but I was a little skeptical. I don't know. I haven't bit the bullet on buying any like giant bundles that come with consoles, because I just don't know like if I want to sell consoles. They're bigger to store. Not that I don't have the storage, but they just kind of seem like a hassle shipping them. If they're broken, I don't really know how much to sell them for. It just seems like a pain. So I've been sticking to games, but sometimes that makes buying people's bundles and lots a little bit kind of more finicky. We also got Fusion Frenzy 2, which I actually never played this one. I played the first one, which was really fun back in the day. And then we got Halo 2. This one's more for my collection, but the box is pretty beat up, unfortunately, which is kind of a bummer. I wish it was in better condition, but I guess that's kind of the luck of the draw there with Facebook purchases. You could kind of stand there and inspect them and I guess like tell them no, but I don't know. I'm at least currently too awkward of a human to do that. So I also, I popped this in, played it tonight with my kid. I think it's not amazing, but he really liked it. And that's what's important. So good W there for Cards. I think was it Cars 2 or 3 that was made by the devs who made Hogwarts Legacy? And I think people say that one's good. So I don't know, if we ever get through this one, maybe we'll play that one. But basically, he just drove around. So it'll be a long time before we finish a game. So as you can see, look at my beautiful cable management. Will I fix that for these videos? No, probably not. I got my listings here ready for tomorrow. We're going to post these probably in the morning. I don't know if time of day that you post matters at all, but usually I take pictures and I just save them as drafts and I post them in the morning. So nothing too special tomorrow. Some of it's kind of just the slop left over from one of the lots. I actually need one of these 3 games to sell to break even on that lot. So it wasn't my best purchase, mostly because it had so much shitty games. Like it just had multiple sports games. And originally I was going to do 15 for not the sports games, but he's like, do you want 20 with them? I said yes, thinking like some of the other games would sell for a bit more, but they didn't really, so I kind of missed the ball. But it's all a learning process. So as long as we break even, I'm usually pretty happy about it currently. Eventually, I'm sure that'll be a bummer. We're also going to post the order that came from that big haul that I had earlier. That one's a little bit more, still nothing too amazing, and I don't even know the last time I heard someone talk about that game. So I basically have no clue if it'll sell quickly or if it'll take forever. But yeah, those are kind of the listings for tomorrow. Other than that, I'll kind of update you guys once I start doing more. I'm going to hop into Premiere, probably record some stuff for the main channel. And yeah, I don't know. We'll touch base. All right, so it's now, it's Wednesday, kind of afternoon, evening. I just got off work. I really shouldn't be picking up any more games because we have so many I haven't listed, but I was on Facebook today, so we're actually going to go make at least 1 pickup, possibly 2 if the person responds. So we're going to go make those. I'll kind of show you guys the pickups as I get them. One I kind of love. I think it should be pretty good profit. And the other one, I did some bad math. We'll go through it. Check out the panda shirt. I'm dripping. I'm just kidding, but pandas are the best animal. But anyways, yeah, someone needs to delete Facebook off my phone because I got to stop buying stuff until I get everything posted. So I was actually listening to the Optic Halo podcast, so shout out my Halo fans. I know some of you have probably made your way over to this channel, but so I have this shitty thing. I wanted to record B-roll, but this thing's such a piece of shit it doesn't stay at all. So if you ever see B-roll and it seems like it's utter trash, that's why. Also, my car is disgusting. I need to clean it. This is all for my dog. And like last time I took her to the groomer, she just went to town on the windows. But yeah, so we're gonna head that way. All right, I actually realized I need cash, so we're gonna hit the bank, and we're gonna ask for just an assortment of bills and see what they say.
Can I help you?
Hi, could I get $100 out, but could I get it in 10s and 5s?
I'm having a really hard time hearing you. Said wind is hitting right when you're talking. You said $100 out of checking?
Yeah, but could I get it in 10s and 5s?
Yeah, I'll send you through with all steps to sign. Okay?
Awesome, thank you.
Thanks.
Alrighty, we got the cash. We're gonna head to the first pickup now. I'll take you guys with me. Sorry for the little bit of vertical recording. That phone mount I showed you guys is a piece of shit. And this angle makes me look even fatter than I am. I'm fat as fuck. I need to get on something with my life. I don't know, maybe this channel will encourage me to be less trash of a human. Since you guys will see more of me. But yeah, so we're gonna go do pickup. We got 2 picked up. I think 2 pickups lined up. A third person just responded. I might respond back. I don't know. So yeah, we're gonna head that way. First pickup complete. Let me show you guys. So this is the one that I'm not overly confident about. I kind of messed up. Came in a Dollar Tree bag, so that's pretty hype. At some point, maybe I'll buy a new stand for the camera. Maybe we'll get the channel a little spiffy. You know, we'll really up the quality value. Don't get your hopes up. All right, so we got 10 games, I think, but here's the problem, okay? So this is what I saw that really intrigued me. So this is a $35 lot. We got Left 4 Dead 2, but these are all disc only, right? And then we got Need for Speed game. I actually think I played this one back in the day. I think it's the one where they tried to be like more of a real racing game. Fear 2, that's a decent one. And then shitty NBA game, shitty ass Madden game, second shitty Madden game. Far Cry 2, Viking, I don't even know what this game is, and then disc only of COD 4. So here's the thing, right? So he had it listed for 40. I offered him 30, and he came Or no, he had him listed for 50 and I offered him 30, I think. Anyways, he came back and asked for 40. And I was in the middle of working, so I did some bad math. And I said, I'll do 35 minus the sports games, thinking, because I don't want them anyways. And I was like, cool, I'll get the other games, still pretty good price. But the problem is, so there's only 7 non-sports games, $35. That's $5 a game for a 360 game. I don't love that. So we ended up getting 10 games for 35, but 3 of them are sports games that either like aren't gonna sell at all, or eventually maybe I'll take them to like a local GameStop, or a game store. But yeah, so that's the gist of the first pickup. Let's head on over to the second one. I just like to quickly complain while we're on the way there. I just got stuck at a red light for like 10 fucking minutes. Come on, city of Omaha. Let's get our city engineering together. Like, it was a left turn lane, but like it didn't have an arrow, so you had to wait, and the street was busy. I don't know, I didn't get a turn forever, but yeah. We just picked up the second lot, I guess. I've jammed a bag under the shitty phone holder. Currently, I think it's kind of working. Anyways, I think this is a good deal. So they had this listed for 50, all right? And we paid 30, and I'll show you. So it's all discs, so no cases, which is a bummer for me, like as a collector. I like complete in box. I want the case, I want the manual, I want the whole thing. But for something like this, I couldn't really pass up. So, okay, I'll just count through them real quick. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 PS4 games for $30. That's $2 a piece. And I understand I don't have the cases, but that's not bad. And I haven't looked at prices on all these yet, but there's no way I don't make money off this. So we got Horizon Zero Dawn, Far Cry Primal, Thief, which I think it's like a remake, right? Dragon Age Inquisition, The Outer Worlds, which I think is really good. Pillars of Eternity, Borderlands, the Handsome Collection, Uncharted Collection, Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition, the BioShock Collection, We Happy Few, Kingdom Hearts, I think that's 3, one of the Star Wars Jedi games, Red Dead 2, and the BioShock Collection. Like, selling all that for $30 seems questionable. I don't know. I mean, like, I almost think you could have taken this to GameStop and gotten more money. I feel kind of bad. Maybe not. Maybe I'm completely off. Maybe these are all worth nothing. I also felt like I needed to show you the setup. Yeah. Might be time for a new one. I'm back home now. Oh, there we go. PC finally turned on. It was taking forever. So we made one sale today, which was actually this. So we're gonna pack it up. Usually what I do is I just jam. I didn't do it very neatly this time, but I didn't have scissors with me, but I put a little bubble wrap in there just so the CD doesn't come, or the disc doesn't come loose. Snap that baby shut, make sure it seems solid, and I just throw it in one of these bubble mailers. So, and then I'll throw the label on it like tomorrow morning or whatever. That was our only sale today. I sold it for after shipping and taxes and all the fees and stuff, we got $825, which isn't too bad. So all of those PS4 and Xbox One games, they're in that big pile from the video last week. And I bought that whole lot for $80, which comes out to like $440 a game, basically. So we're in the profit. As long as they keep selling, we'll be pretty good. So far, we've sold 3 of those games. They've all ranged anywhere from $8 to $10 in terms of what I've actually taken back. So we're, doubling what we paid for them. But obviously, we're going to run into some that won't sell. So far, I've posted 3 PS4 games from that lot. They've all sold the day I put them on eBay. So, fingers crossed that we keep having good luck. Are the stuff that we picked up today. I have to inventory all that stuff, so I'll put it on my spreadsheet, put how much I paid for it, when we got it, etc. I'll do all that stuff, later, probably after the stream. But yeah, so this is the stuff that I'm going to post for tomorrow. I decided, so I have a whole bunch of crap, right? I really need to get posting, probably buying less. I have a couple more meetups scheduled, one Friday and one tomorrow. Sometimes they follow through. As long as they don't fall through, I'll end up picking up both of those. And then maybe I'll try and chill a little bit on stuff that we're buying. But yeah, so fall at New Vegas, I got to clean up this case. It's kind of dirty. And I got to get this sticker off it, which I hate doing. Like, I wish that companies didn't put stickers on these, like GameStop and all those. Or this one wasn't GameStop. I
I don't know who did this one, but they're such a pain to get off. I use like rubbing alcohol basically, but yeah, and this case is kind of beat up too, so I'm not sure exactly what I'll post. You can spot my Christmas pajamas, but I'm not sure how much I'll post this one for. Probably cheaper because it doesn't have the manual either, but it's just inventory. We just got to get rid of it. So we'll clean it up, post, I always make sure to take good pictures of all the cracks and the stuff so people see what they're buying for sure. But this is the stuff I'm more excited to post tomorrow. So Left 4 Dead 2, this is opening with one hand is kind of a pain, but this is with the manual, which is pretty sweet. Not a bad gig. The game, the case, they're all in really good condition. I'll have to get that crappy sticker off. But honestly, I'm surprised. This guy sold me these for $5, but he paid like, $19.99. That's a store in Omaha, so recently. But yeah, so we'll get that posted for tomorrow along with NCAA. Same thing. And then Fusion Frenzy, we're going to get posted. So I'm trying to post at least 4 a day, especially on stream days. Maybe a bit more on days that I don't stream. But yeah, so that's the stuff that we're going to post tomorrow. Let me show you. It's a giant mess, so don't judge. Or judge. Maybe it'll encourage me to clean. So to take pictures, I come into this giant disaster of a room. And I basically set up a little thing over here on the wall. Yeah, I basically have like this poster board that I found. And then this, it's like an extra mouse pad. And I just kind of line it up. Obviously I'm recording right now, but I'd line it up, open it up, take pictures of everything, take pictures of the disc. And then that's really all I do. I'll clean up like the stickers on it too, but that's really all I do for posting. So basically now I'm just going to get ready to go live over here. We're streaming some Doom Eternal tonight, continuing the Ancient Gods. But yeah, I'm gonna go live here in a sec, and we're gonna stream Eternal probably until maybe a little bit after midnight, around midnight, and then I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna prep all that stuff to post tomorrow, and then I'm gonna go to bed. And then I gotta get up at like 6:37ish for work tomorrow, and we'll do it all again. So yeah, that's basically my Wednesday night. I hop on. If you were watching the stream, hell yeah, we just finished up the second level of Doom the Dark, not Dark, I wish it was Doom the Dark Ages, of the first DLC for Doom Eternal. I just remember there's a whole second DLC. But yeah, anyways, that shit was hard. But yeah, I wanted to hop on because we're yapping, right? The Doom controller looks sick, and I want one. I don't know. I'm thinking about buying one. There's also, I don't think I mentioned earlier, but there was in my town, someone posted a PSP. It's like a PSP 3000. I don't really know the difference. And they posted like 5 or 6 games for $160. I don't know if it'll be there by the time I post this video, but do I cop? That would be more for me, because I had a PSP as a kid and I loved it. So it'd be more of like to keep. But yeah, I don't know. So it's now Thursday after work. I was actually going to take you guys, there's a Goodwill in my town that surprisingly still sells video games, which I think is kind of rare. Sometimes I can find okay stuff there. It's not like the best spot. I was going to take you there, but I don't think we're going to have enough time. We're going to go do a couple pickups that I wasn't planning to do. Gotta delete the Facebook app off my phone. We're gonna do those, and then I actually play sand volleyball tonight, so we'll head that direction. But yeah, let's go do those pickups really quick, and then eventually we'll group up at home, go over the buys for the day, the sales, kind of how it's going, and everything like that. All right, so we just got the first pickup. We're gonna back out of their driveway here. I'll talk you guys through. We gotta hurry though. We're in a bit of a rush to get to the second one. I did not time manage very well, and you will learn if I keep doing this channel that my time management is utterly atrocious. My wife constantly gets mad. Well, not constantly gets mad, but I constantly tell her like I could be somewhere at some time, and I don't know, I can't like estimate time, which is weird because we have GPSs for everything. But yeah, so this is the first time that I picked up PS5 games, so we're gonna see how it goes. I kind of want to see, obviously PS5 games cost a bit more, but they are the most modern console and the games sell a little bit more. So we did 25 for both of these. I think I'll easily break even. Both will have to sell for us to get our money back though, but 2 PS5 games. GTA 5, obviously 6 might come out this year, so we're gonna get it posted ASAP, because we want to beat that. But yeah, I don't know. Probably not the best purchase in the world, but I thought I'd give it a shot. It's all learning process, so we're learning together. Yeah, we're gonna go pick up the next pickup now, which is a lot more games and like a
honestly about the same price, but not necessarily like bigger dollar stuff. So I will say today, I have eaten absolutely nothing. The only thing that I've put into my body today is coffee and water, and I feel like I'm tweaking a little bit, because it's pushing like 5 o'clock, and I need to get food, but I don't necessarily want to pay for like fast food / eat it, and I'm not gonna get home until like 8 p.m. So I don't know, we're a little bit on the struggle bus, if I'm being honest with you guys. But yeah, I'm thinking after today, I got one more pickup already scheduled tomorrow. Got some more feelers out there. I got to tone it back a little bit, make sure that we're selling some stuff, I think, before we keep buying, especially with some of those bigger purchases we had yesterday that were all discs. Got to get a lot of that listed. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. We'll go over the sales later today. My camera's literally falling over. Hi guys. We'll go over some of the sales that we'll go over the sales we made tonight once we get home. Ready. We just did our second pickup, and look what store we were right across the street from. Good old GameStop. Should I go in and see how much they would give me? Kind of tempted to, but then I'd have to awkwardly tell them no, so I'm not gonna. But good old GameStop. So this second bundle we got for $30, and it's what I like to call the average gamer bundle, and that is because it's primarily Call of Duty games and sports games. So you got COD Sports, COD, Battlefield. But yeah, so I don't know necessarily how amazingly this one will flip per se, but I think I should be able to get my $30 back, I'm hoping. But yeah, so we'll see on that one. I'm actually probably going to keep some of these 360 COD games that I don't have. So that'll actually kind of make it fun for me too. So one thing I wanted to say, and I don't know if it's going to show up too well on the camera, but like, so these games I picked up, oh yeah, you can tell them there's this black gunk on them, and I'll clean them off before I post them. I have noticed like a bunch of games that I buy have these. Is that just a smoker thing, or what is it? Because like, dude, it's all over the cases and stuff, and like, it's been on a lot of stuff. It's got to be a smoker thing. It's honestly just gross. Like, I've never been a smoker, so I don't get it per se, but yeah, I didn't realize it got all over your stuff like that, assuming that's what it is. And if it's not what that is, what is causing that that's been like so frequent? But yeah, that's all we're going to do for pickups today. I'm going to go play volleyball. I'm going to try and make it there on time. I am absolutely starving. I honestly like lightheaded. I gotta get up earlier in the morning and make a lunch or something. But yeah, so we'll go over stuff at home tonight. But yeah, it's pretty chill pickups. I'm gonna lay off on pickups. We got one more tomorrow morning. I'll take you guys with me, and then we're gonna go on a posting spree. I think we're not gonna buy anything else until I've almost listed everything. That's my thought. And like, I would say if I see a sick deal, I'll still get it. But the problem is when I'm on Facebook, dude, I just see all the deals. So I'll try and not open the app at all. I'm looking nice and sweaty now. We just finished up volleyball. We played 2 sets. We won the first one, pretty nifty. And then the second one, we lost the first game match, whatever volleyball calls them. But then we got called off because it's about to storm. You can't tell too much from my phone, but trust me, in real life, it's a lot darker. You can't tell very much through the video, but like, I don't know, the tornado sirens are going off, so it's pretty nifty. I'm trying to drive home. They're going off, so yeah, pretty swell. Alright, so here's what it looks like now. I'm almost home. I stopped to get food. The sirens stopped. But I gotta ask you guys something. Okay, so I stopped to get Chipotle, right? And the door is locked. And I go, that's weird. So I start walking to my car, and the worker opens it, and he tells me they're not serving any food because of the weather. Which, I mean, that's fine, I guess. But they're all, Chipotle's, like, they just have giant windows. You can see right in them. So there's just 5 employees. They're all just standing in the front, right next to the windows. Like, I don't care that much. I just want to got different food. But like, is it not weird that like they couldn't serve because of the weather, but they're just standing next to a window? Like, if you're scared because of the weather, wouldn't you like be in the back or something? I don't know. I just thought it was kind of funny, but yeah, I'm headed home now. It's getting really loud. The rain's coming down pretty good. We're home now, so we're just prepping the orders that sold today. We're gonna get ready to post some stuff for tomorrow, and then I gotta inventory all of the stuff we picked up today. Look who's joining us today. Look at that, what a cutie. Here are the 4 that sold. So we got F1, UFC, and then 2 of the games we literally posted today, which these ones are both pretty good profits because they were about, I don't know, after like fees and stuff, roughly 20-ish each. So Left 4 Dead was a little bit more, NCA was a little bit less. UFC and F1 were on the lower end, but they were from a bundle I bought toward the end of last week, and now basically every game out of that bundle has sold, but like the Tomb Raider game that I don't have the case for, and NBA 2K that I know is not going to sell or it's going to make no money. And we're up like $5 on it. So it wasn't my best purchase, but at least we didn't lose money on it. But yeah, tomorrow, I think we're going to post. So we just got this one yesterday. The Left 4 Dead without a case. I figured, we just sold one. We'll run it back. Sonic Frontiers, which I've never played, actually. I haven't really played a Sonic game, like in a long time. And then Fallout 4, which is unfortunate we weren't doing this like a year ago when the TV show was out, because I feel like that would have been pretty hype. And then we're going to inventory all that, but we're also going to post the 2 PS5 games just to see. I'm just curious if they'll sell quickly. We also bought, this is a box full of CD cases for that binder full of things that we got yesterday. Then we got, I don't know if I'm going to post this or just keep it, but Razer sent me a controller. It's pretty nifty, actually. I kind of like it. But generally, I play my games with this Scuff. And I just don't know if I need 2 fancy controllers, because I either use this Scuff or I still have this old, it's not really that old, it's like a 20th anniversary Xbox controller. This is what I use to play most of my games, but if I need paddles, then I pull out the Scuff. I think that pretty much kind of wraps up tonight. Like I said, I got to post all that stuff, get it all ready. But yeah, we made 4 sales today. Not bad. With 2 of those being from those games I just bought a few days ago, where I bought them for 5 each. So 5 each, and I sold them for, I'm just looking at my spreadsheet now. So NCA, after all the fees and shipping and stuff, made 15, and Left 4 Dead 2 made about 20. So we bought those 4 games for $5, so $20, and we already turned it into 35-ish. Plus Fusion Frenzy 2 hasn't sold, and I kept Halo 2. So that was actually a pretty decent buy. I'm not too sad with that one, because the whole point's kind of been get games for myself, make a little bit of money. Eventually, maybe we'll kind of scale that up. But yeah, that seems like a pretty successful purchase in my eyes. Tomorrow morning, I think we got 1 more pickup for the week, and then I'm really gonna lay off on like Facebook pickups, I think, until I get everything that we have posted. Just because I've been buying too much stuff. So I want to get it all on eBay and stuff, and then once I do, we'll open up Facebook Marketplace again. I opened it earlier for like 5 minutes, and I saw someone had an Xbox One for like $25 with 2 controllers, and I was like, I should buy that. And then I was like, you know what? Let's get everything posted. There's always deals. We'll kind of wait. And I still want to try and see if I can find like some garage sale finds, but I don't know where to find garage sales. Like, sometimes I see signs, I look on Facebook, but like, there's not that many, or they're nowhere near me, or it's like, do I really want to drive across town just to find out they don't have video games or anything that I want? Not really. So garage sales have been hit or miss. I wanted to do Goodwill for part of the video this week, but maybe we'll do that next week if we do another video. Goodwill is not necessarily like, my Goodwill is not, you're not making bank or anything, but it's kind of cool. You can just go there and like browse rather than like message people for stuff. So I kind of, as an awkward human being, prefer that. Oh yeah, we didn't die from the storm. So I decided to look for the heck of it. So in the past like month of doing this, a little bit, maybe like a month and a half, I have inventoried, basically purchased. There's a few games that I bought before I started doing my spreadsheet, but we've bought 108 games. And of that, I only have 43 listed. That's why I need to lock in and just get a bunch of stuff listed before I think I buy anything else. Out of those listed, though, we've made like 20 or so sales. So we've sold like half the stuff we've listed. So if we, get the rest of it listed, I think that bodes very well. I think that's really just my big thing. It's got to be focusing on getting stuff listed so that, it's moving, because it's not selling, sitting in my basement, that's for sure. It's not in that pile, definitely not making any sales. So that's what I need to lock in on the next few days and over the weekend, and probably even into next week a little bit. Oh, also, I kind of wanted to update you. So one of the first things that I actually put on and sold on eBay was another copy of Left 4 Dead. And I tested it. I put it, now I will admit, I wasn't thinking. I put it in my Series X, and it did read as Left 4 Dead 2, and it launched up. But when you do that, I don't think it actually plays off the disc. So not my biggest brain idea. I realized I should probably test them in the 360. So that's what we do now. But I shipped that, and like the day it arrived, the person put that it didn't work, and they wanted a refund, which is fair. You know, if I'm not sending you something broken, you should get your money back. So I messaged back. So they did like the automated thing. eBay refunded them, and they had to ship it back within like 2 weeks, right? And in the meantime, like that day, I messaged them. And I was like, hey, I'm just curious. I did launch it up, and it worked for me. So did it not work like right on launch, or did it freeze at some point during the game? Because I was just curious because, like, you know, if it froze like at a specific spot, you might be able to salvage like a few bucks from it. Or if it's completely shot, won't start, then it's just trash. Maybe you sell the case or something, right? So I messaged him, and he never messaged me back, which I was like, okay, whatever. He just wants his money back. But he ended up not shipping the game back. So eBay just closed his return and gave me my money back, I think, because that's what it says. So yeah, I don't think he got a refund. Which, like, if it was truly broken, I do feel bad for the dude, but also, like, I mean, the system says you got to send it back. So I don't know, kind of weird. I also bookmarked this tweet where you can, I think, pre-order one of these controllers, and I want to do it so bad, but I just don't know if I want to spend the money. So I don't know. I don't know how long the pre-orders go, but someone peer pressure me. They're probably sold out by now, honestly. Who knows? I've also been like looking around on eBay, and I notice a lot of people when they sell games, they have like these fancy white backgrounds, white like base, and I'm assuming it's like poster board or something. So I think I need to order some because my current setup I showed you guys yesterday that I take up pictures on, one is kind of dusty because the mouse pad just won't like wipe clean, but also like it's annoying because it falls over all the time. So I think I need to get like some thick poster board so that it doesn't fall over. I think it would make taking pictures go a lot faster. Oh yeah, my printer's also currently like messed up. So I think I'm gonna have to go into the post office to mail those because you can like print the labels there. That's pretty annoying. I gotta figure that out because that's gonna be really annoying if I have to go to the post office every day. So unfortunately, I was working on posting those games, and I realized the Left 4 Dead disc kind of has a ring around it. I'll show you guys. So I'm not. I launched it up on my 360. I'll show you guys. It's running, but I don't know. Maybe I'll post it and like note that, post pictures, and say it's like it works, but it might not work, and just post it cheaper. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that one. So it's hard to show in the video, but you can kind of see it's got that ring around it. So yeah, I'm not too sure. Kind of bummed about that, but it's just kind of, sometimes you just get stuff that's in crappy condition. Good morning. It's before 8 a.m. I don't know why I made this decision. I'm tired as shit. But I told someone I would meet them before work. So that's where we're headed right now. This should be probably the last pickup for the week. Surprisingly, the last video is kind of getting some views. I was expecting like 5 views. I mean, it's basically a new channel doing something that I don't normally do. So I appreciate the support. We'll see if this one blows up anymore. We'll kind of see where it goes. But yeah, so I got a comment on the last video from someone, and they claimed, so I got a comment on the last video from someone. They said they make like I think it was like a few thousand a month reselling games and other stuff. But they told me that they don't bother with anything under $15, which that makes sense. But the thing they told me is that they pay $1 to $2 a video game. And I'm just curious, like, where your people source that you're only paying $1 to $2 a game. Like, maybe, I guess, garage sales, but like I said, I haven't had any luck with those. But nowhere else. But yeah, so let me know below where we're sourcing for stuff that cheap. I don't know, because that would be pretty nifty. But yeah, let's go pick up these games, and I'll show you what we got. This is a very small pickup. And then I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna probably get some coffee in me because I'm about to fall asleep. And then we'll probably close out the video tonight. We'll go over everything we sold this week, all the goodies, and yeah, next week we'll I don't know if every week I'll do like a full week. This wasn't even a full week because we started on a Tuesday, but I don't know if we'll do like a full week video like this, or if I'll try and maybe just come up with like specific ideas for videos. Like it'll be like, yeah, I don't know. It's all up in the air. We'll figure it out as we go.
Say sit down, it's just a talk. He smiles politely back at you. You stare politely right. She goes left and you stay right.
All right, I gotta get to work, so we'll just go real quick. But paid 15, Borderlands 3, Outriders, which I think is dead, Mass Effect Legendary Edition, and Assassin's Creed Valhalla. The case is broken though, which is kind of a bummer. But yeah, I think we should be able to make some money off that little set. So yeah. So I was actually getting ready to probably have to go to the post office today over my lunch, but my wife, she clutched up and she fixed the printer so I can print labels again. When I print them, I have to like tape them on. At some point, I kind of want to get a label maker or label printer if I keep making sales. But we ended up selling the Left 4 Dead disc. After fees and all that stuff, got like $11. I took really good pictures. I explained it's got that ring around it, so hopefully whoever bought it kind of understands what they're buying. I hope I don't get a return scenario, but yeah, we'll see. So at some point today, we're gonna go ship these, and maybe we'll see if we make more sales throughout the day. I don't know. So we just dropped off those sales that I showed you guys, and we're gonna pray nothing got broken. So usually the spot I drop them off on, I should have showed you guys, but there's 2 mailboxes. One of them's just gone. So there's only one. I opened it up to put them in, and as I was kind of shutting it, you could tell like it was a little bit jammed. So I had to like finagle them to go in, because once they're like halfway in, you can't like get them out. They're just stuck. So I'm hoping that like when other people come, they don't just get like smashed when the door thing opens. But what are you gonna do, I guess? Maybe we'll try and find a different mailbox until they fix that one. I don't know. I also realized if you watch the last video, we're now up over 1,000 views, which, dude, that's crazy. That's not like crazy in terms of like true YouTube success, but for doing something totally new, I will take that any day of the week. But yeah, that one was about 8 minutes, and this one is a certified yap sesh. So if you make it this far, dude, props. But also, I don't know about you guys, but whenever I find like a new song or like a new artist that I didn't know about, they're not new, I binge the ever-living shit out of them. So I have been absolutely binging Treaty Oak Revival this like past week, and I don't know if you guys have listened to them, but it's good stuff.
He takes off his wedding ring, but she's taking off her top. And I did that dirty thing with her, with the worst part of the job.
So yeah, that's the copyrighted portion of the video so that the music labels can smite me down from the heavens. You know, this video would be a lot shorter if I didn't fucking do random shit all the time. But what's the fun of that? Just a little video side quest. So it is the end of Friday. We ended up making 2 more sales, so we're gonna get those all ready. So we made 3 sales in total today. The disc-only Left 4 Dead, Sonic Frontiers, and one of those PS5 games that we picked up yesterday. Now, after fees, we made about $8.50 in profit on Sonic Frontiers and a little under $9 on GTA, which, if you remember, I paid $25 for GTA and Street Fighter. So Street Fighter is gonna have to make us about $15 in profit to break even. So I think we're just going to basically break even on those. I think I needed to source them a little bit cheaper, but it's all live and learn. Maybe modern console games aren't really that worthwhile because eBay fees and stuff really cut into your margins. And I think that's one thing that like new people in the space really need to learn, and it's something that I've definitely learned. And you can look at price charting and see a game's worth like $15 or whatever, complete in box. But the way price charting works is all it does is aggregate data from eBay. So it's any sold eBay listing. And a lot of eBay sales, especially in the video game space, include free shipping. Shipping is like anywhere from $4 to $5, usually closer to $4 for video games. So even though it says it's complete in box worth $15, a lot of those listings, not all of them, but a lot of them were going to include free shipping. So the seller might only be taking $11 or $10.50 from that. And then you have eBay fees. At a blanket rate, you pay like 13% just in the video game category. And then on top of that, if you want to promote your listings, which I usually do about like a 5% promotion, that also cuts into your margins. So you can look at price charting and you can see a game is worth $15, $20, but even if you sell it at that, you're not taking that home. So like we just talked about Sonic Frontiers and GTA. So just kind of tell you how much I listed those for. Sonic Frontiers I listed for $16.99, obviously with free shipping. And the take home on that one was like a little bit over $8.50. And then GTA I had listed at $16.50, and my take home on that one was almost like $9. The difference in that is shipping can vary a little bit depending on how far you're sending a game. So if it's closer to you, the shipping is going to be a little bit cheaper. And then sometimes you'll sell games that don't actually sell through the promoted listing. So then you won't have that 5%. But both of those games were sold via promoted listings. So I did have to pay that. But I just think that's really important because getting into this, when I first started, I was just looking at price charting. So I would like look at a lot on Facebook and I'd be like, oh, like the price charting value is like double that, or it's 30-40% over it, and I'd be like, oh, that's easy. But in a lot of times, especially in the cheaper products, you have to realize shipping is really going to cut into that. As you get more expensive, that $4 or $5 for shipping is going to make a lot less of an impact, and it's just going to be your seller's fees and your promoted listings. But it's definitely something you got to, be cognizant of and keep in mind. Now, I've actually noticed that like Mercari has way less fees. However, I just can't get anything to sell on there, so it hasn't really helped out. So I'm sticking to those like listing 5 games a day. So tonight for tomorrow morning, we're going to list COD 4 disc only. So this won't be very much. And I think I learned on those too. I think outside of very specific games, I think I'm going to avoid disc only altogether. I think those probably weren't a great purchase, but we'll kind of keep that in mind going forward. I think like just the loose values of games really plummets compared to the ones complete in box or just even without manual. We're also going to list this Monster Jam Steel Titans 2. I don't actually know what this game is. A Lego Batman game, so some semi-modern Xbox games, and then Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, which actually, I haven't played this one. That could actually be fun. And then last, we're going to list, and I'm going to have to clean this case up, but PS3 Borderlands Game of the Year Edition. So nothing huge for tomorrow, but those are going to be our 5 listings, and then, tomorrow will be a new day. So you can kind of see my piles here. So this is all the stuff currently listed on eBay that has not sold. This pile over here, including that binder from yesterday, this is all stuff that has not been listed yet, and this pile is also not listed. So that's what I'm saying. I really got to focus in on listing because we have a lot of unlisted inventory right now, and I think that will solve. Once I'm going to do like a bunch of math for you guys, but you'll kind of see, I think a lot of the reason the math is the way it is because I just bought so much this week and I just haven't gotten it listed. So as I slow down on sales, get everything listed, I think it's going to level out a bit and I'll be able to kind of figure out how much I want to spend on new inventory every week and kind of go from there. I'm still hoping at some point to find like garage sales and stuff to see if I can get those really good deals. But for now, this week, exclusively sourced off Facebook. I'll probably go to like Goodwill or something in the future for a video. And I might actually check I've checked some of the other thrift stores in my city and they've never had anything, but I might pop through some more of them. Maybe check out some pawn shops. I saw maybe that's something that I could do, although I'm going to imagine they're going to have better prices or they're going to have more like market level prices, but might be worth checking out. I've also seen like people just trying to look out for like sales from like retail stores like Walmart and stuff. I haven't messed with that at all, but I might try and research a little bit and try to figure out how that works. And then maybe you pick up like some new games on clearance and sell them. I think that's something a lot like Amazon sellers do. I don't know if that's necessarily as valuable on eBay, but I'm going to look into it a bit and try and figure it out. I was going to stream Doom Eternal tonight. We were going to try and finish the Ancient Gods, but I ended up getting a little busy. So tomorrow, Saturday night, which will be basically all we're going to do really for the eBay stuff is I'll update you guys on sales. But other than that, I don't think I'm going to do too much tomorrow. But we're gonna do the Doom Eternal stream. You guys are probably gonna see this video Sunday morning. We're gonna hope it does decent again, because like I said, shout out the support on the last one. We were kind of popping. But yeah, so we'll get it listed Sunday, and we'll go from there. We'll try and figure out some ideas. We could do more where I just keep you guys with me all week, or we can do more focused kind of things, but we'll figure it out.
So that sort of wraps up the whole week. I'll throw a little piece right at the end. So right now it's Friday night. I'll still track my sales tomorrow and throw them in the video, but we're going to kind of do our main wrap up now. I'm also sitting at my main setup. This is what I stream from instead of just record off my phone usually. But I figured we would talk about that main question. Is it worth getting into video game reselling? And I would say yes and no. If you're looking to become rich or find the next thing that's going to make you a ton of money, I don't necessarily know if it's going to be that. It could be, but the margins aren't necessarily as awesome you would want them to be unless you can source really cheaply, and I, as someone new to it, haven't really found a fantastic way to do it. Now that said, you should still be able to make some money, and in my case, I kind of use it to supplement keeping games for myself. So it's a little bit of money, plus I get to keep games, so it's a double win. So I'd been slowly picking up games and listing on eBay for about a month before I started this video. And up until that point on eBay, I'd only sold about 6 games worth roughly $50 in profit. Now that doesn't take into account all the games that I bought and didn't sell yet, but for the games that sold, it was about $50 in profit. Now it's also worth noting that for that first month, I was taking listing a lot more casually. I was listing one game a night a lot of times, or sometimes I wouldn't even list anything. So I definitely wasn't taking it as serious as we took it this week. But this week, and I'm assuming I'll probably make a sale or two tomorrow, this week I made sales every single day and multiple sales most days, which prior to this week, I'd never had multiple games sell in the same day. And this week we had days where I sold 5 things at a time. So listing more definitely, I think, helps, get more sales. So I ended up this week, so far at the end of Friday, we sold 17 games, with the profit on those being about $125. So it's $175 in total in profit, but obviously I have spent a lot on game sourcing. This week alone, I ended up buying 73 games, and that ran me about $250. So obviously we spent more than we made. However, a lot of those games still aren't listed on eBay, and I think as those sales roll in, we'll be perfectly fine. However, I feel like I did learn a few lessons. I think we need to scale into this. This week I kind of went crazy. We did a lot of pickups. Obviously, we were recording the video, so, I wanted content for it. But I think as a rule of thumb going forward, I'm going to try and figure out a good percentage. But I think if I make $100 in sales in a week, the next week I might cap myself at $50 or something for sourcing new material, or at least at the very least, not spend more than I made the previous week. That way we're still getting new games and stuff in, but we're also getting closer to being in the green. Now, I do still have about 60 games that I need to post, so I still have a lot of stuff that I purchased this past week that hasn't made its way onto eBay and the other sites, though I've still yet to make a sale on anything that isn't eBay. But yeah, I think I'll keep dabbling my feet into it. I'll probably not go as hard as I went this week, at least for the foreseeable future, until we really start to see that ramp up take effect. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow to go over Saturday's sales, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.
So it's now Saturday night, and someone that I messaged earlier this week on Facebook, I was gonna swing by their spot Thursday, and they just never responded, right? So I was like, whatever. They must have sold to someone else. Pretty common on Facebook. People just ghost you after you make a deal. Is what it is. Do I wish they would just tell me they sold to someone else? Yes. But it's not the end of the world. She randomly responds 20 minutes ago. Doesn't say oh, sorry, I never responded. Doesn't say anything. Just sends me an address. Do I just show up? I don't know. I don't know what the protocol is here, because I don't really want to drive to her spot and then have her have no clue, not be there or something. So I responded back, obviously. I said, hey, I'm out running some errands. I could swing by in 30 minutes. No response again. So I haven't decided what we're going to do, but when we get back home, I'll take you guys through the last couple sales of the week, and we'll go over what we're going to post for tomorrow, and that'll wrap up this week. We made 2 sales today. Fallout 4, we listed that a few days ago, and then we sold Street Fighter, which was from that PS5 duo that we picked up. We made a whopping 50 cents about or so on the two PS5 games. So lesson learned there. either not buy them or I gotta source them a little bit cheaper, which would be kind of hard. I don't know how many people are gonna get rid of PS5 games for much cheaper, so might just avoid those. But you know, if the opportunity's there, I'll pick it up. And then Fallout 4, we made like a couple bucks on. I think after fees and everything, I think we took home like between like $7 and $8. That was from that one of those bigger lots where we paid about like $4.40, $4.50-ish a game. So still in the green there. And so far, everything from that lot that I've posted has sold either day of, or in Fallout 4's case, it took a day or two. So still pretty confident with that lot. Hopefully we keep rolling in the sales. Nothing that I posted today sold, which isn't the end of the world. But yeah, so we'll just quickly go over kind of some stuff when we're back, close out the video. The person just responded. It was like, oh, sorry, I just left to do some Easter shopping. Like, girl, I fucking messaged you an hour ago. Yeah, so I think we won't be getting those games. I don't think I care enough. It wasn't like she had anything like super great anyways. It was just like, it was like 5 PS4 games for like $15, but none of them were worth a ton. I just thought like, oh, you know, 5 games for 15, not bad. But honestly, I might kind of shift my strategy in the future and try and really target stuff that's worth more. Maybe even like probably pay a little bit more, but pick up stuff that's worth more rather than just having so much stuff. But I don't know, future me issue. But yeah, I think we're chalking that pickup. Look at this. We just rolled credits on the first Doom Eternal DLC. The final boss was honestly kind of anticlimactic. I wasn't expecting it to end like that. Some of the random fights leading up to it were way harder than the boss fight. But hey, now I can say I've defeated it. So we only got one more Doom Eternal DLC left, and then we'll have beaten it on Nightmare. Dude, look at the bags under my eyes. Holy moly, we're cooked. All right, we got the stuff we're gonna list for tomorrow. We're going True Scattered Shot, so it's from like a bunch of different lots, but Valhalla, Terminator Salvation. Actually, this one I think might be worth like $10 or something. Oblivion, Game of the Year Edition. The shitty, dude, this lot's terrible. All these discs have been scratched to shit. I'll have to check this one. But honestly, that purchase was a horrible decision. And then Black Ops 2, which is basically just 360 Black Ops 2, but they like reboxed it. Reminds me of like when card games reprint old cards. I feel like that's what these Xbox One, like Xbox 360 cases are. Like, I wonder if they just had extra disc laying around, and when backwards compat became a thing, they're like, throw that in an Xbox One box. But that's gonna do it for the video, guys. I think I got some fun ideas for future videos. We're gonna hit up, I think I might do like a little route, see what kind of good stuff we could find hidden up different thrift shops, and there's like a half-price books and maybe some pawn shops. But for now, let me know if you want to see like another full week like this, and I'll see you in the next video.